Hi everyone, I am back again with another writing task 1 for the academic section, and tonight I'm going to take up the pie chart. Okay, so this is another kind of pictorial representation that you might get in your task 1. Again, the same thing you have to do, you have to see what all information is there in these pie charts. You might get one pie chart to describe or a combination. So possibly you might get two pie charts. Okay? So what you have to do, you have to compare the details, you have to see if there are any similarities, you have to describe whatever information is there, and you have to do all that in your own words. Got it? So just a quick recap. This is again another kind of report writing. So how much time do you have? The recommended time is 20 minutes. What is the word limit? Minimum 150 words. Okay, so do make sure that you're writing 150 words. If you write anything below that, then definitely you're going to receive the penalty, and that is a low band score. Okay, and we don't want that. Alright, after that, the language, the style of writing should be formal. Apart from these things, the parameters have to be kept in mind. So you have to achieve the task. And how are you going to do that? Only and only if you answer the entire task, if you respond to the pie charts properly and write your report with all the main features. Got it? You have to use high standard words, high range vocabulary, so that is lexical resource. Third is your grammatical accuracy. So your preposition, your tenses, your articles, the punctuation marks, everything are supposed to be in place. Fourth is that your entire writing should be well connected. That means coherence and cohesion should be maintained. Keeping all these 4 parameters in mind, you have to start writing. Got it? Now, before I start with the pie chart question, I just want you all to keep in mind your pizza slices, because that is exactly what your pie charts look like, right? So let's begin. Okay guys, now straight away coming to the question. First, look at the graph properly. So look at the charts properly. See, didn't I tell you about those pizza slices? So these are your pie charts, okay, and they are talking about reasons to cycle to work or reasons for driving to work. That means the charts are actually showing the reasons why people travel to work either by bicycle or by car. Got it? So if you can see the first pie chart, 30% of people prefer cycling to work because of health and fitness in mind. Okay, 30% don't want to create much pollution, that is why they prefer to cycle to work. 15%, they don't want to face any parking problems. 13% and 12%, okay, so 13%, they find cycling to be cheap. 12%, they find cycling faster. They think that cycling is faster than driving in order to reach your workplace. Okay, similarly, if you look at the second pie chart, 40%, that is a huge portion, 40% wish to drive to work because they find it comfortable. Okay? After that, 21% are preferring to have a car to go to work. Why? Because they're having distance to work in mind. Okay? Then there are 14% each who either find cycling slower and driving faster. And also then there are 14% who wish to be going to their workplace by the car because they think that they would be able to carry the things easily in their cars. So there's more space in the car, right? The remaining 11% find driving to be safer than cycling. So it is a rough information that I have given to you. And this is what exactly we have to include in the report by using language, the linking words, academic vocabulary, everything. And those sheets are now with you. So use those sheets, okay guys? Now straight away, let's start writing the pie chart report. Now before I begin with writing the report on the pie chart, we have to keep in mind that the structure would be a 4-paragraph one. So first paragraph would be the introduction, wherein we will paraphrase the report question. We will write the question in our own words. Second would be overview, including all the extreme factors like the prominent features, the striking features, okay? What is the most, what is the least, the lowest, the highest, all of that. So in the overview, no percentage figure is going to come. Keep that in mind, guys. All those specific figures, other comparison, other details, along with using the figures will become the part of your body paragraphs. So of course we know that we have 2 pie charts, so clearly we can have 2 body paragraphs. Got it? First, we will deal with the people who prefer cycling to work and then who prefer driving. Got it? So let's begin to write our introduction and the overview. Let's go through the question. The charts below show the reasons why people travel to work by bicycle or by car. We have taken things in consideration, right? So let's straight away start with the introduction. Now first thing first, guys, introduction. The first statement will tell the examiner the control over language. So don't mess up with the subject-verb agreement. Now here we have 2 pie charts. But since we are taking pie charts one by one, so we will take the same singular aspect of subject-verb agreement. See, the first pie chart, so 1 pie chart, that's why illustrates with an S. Got it? The first pie chart illustrates, which is another word for show, the intentions of some people, intentions, the reasons, well paraphrased, of some people preferring cycling to work, whereas another comparative device, whereas the other one, that means the other pie chart, gives reasons, gives is another way to paraphrase the show, for those who choose to go to work by car. Okay, the first pie chart illustrates the intentions of some people preferring cycling to work, whereas the other one gives reasons for those who choose to go to work by car, driving paraphrased. Got it? After introduction, let's quickly come to the overview. Now, overview, guys, please remember, we are not including any percentage figures. We will only bring all the comparison, the dominant aspects, and use the magic of language. Linking words, academic vocabulary, all of that. Got it? Stick to the word overall. Don't use those conclusion, in a nutshell, and all of that. So overall, the majority of the people who cycle to work, let's see the majority of the people, well, this one. 30 plus 30, that means 60. The majority of the people who cycle to work have health and environmental motives, yes. So these are equal percentage for health and fitness in mind and having less pollution in mind, so environmental factors in mind. Okay? By contrast, that means now we are talking about the other pie chart. By contrast, most of those who travel by car, 40%, want to have a more comfortable journey over longer distances. So for these 40%, comfort is the prominent one. Getting my point? That is why overall, the majority of the people who cycle to work have health and environmental motives. By contrast, most of those who travel by car want to have a more comfortable journey over longer distances. This is how we come up with our introduction and overview. Got it? Now see, this is the place where we bring in all our percentage figures and other reasons and comparisons. Got it? So let's go ahead. First, as I said, we have 2, so we can clearly divide 2 body paragraphs. First, we will talk about cycling to work. Let's begin. 30% of those who prefer cycling to reach their workplaces believe that it helps keep the body fit and healthy. So we are dealing with this 30%. What do they believe? Health and fitness is in their mind, right? So they believe that Cycling helps to keep the body fit and healthy. And the same proportion, that is again 30%, right? So instead of repeating that 30%, we have used the same proportion. And before same, you will always write the. Please keep that in mind. Got it? And the same proportion of people opine. Now, opine means that they hold an opinion about something. That's a very good vocabulary. And the same proportion of people opine that it causes less pollution. Okay? You can see that here. Now, jointly. So if you combine these two, jointly these two account for the highest percentage of those who cycle to work. True, it becomes 60%, the highest percent of those who cycle to work. Let's take the other things in consideration. The other 15%, now we're dealing with this one, guys. What are they related to? The other 15% do not wish to face the parking issues. No parking problems, green, correct. They don't want to face any parking issues, and thus they cycle to work. Got it? The remaining 25%, why 25%? Because we have combined these two, 13 and 12%, because they're very close to each other. This is a smart work, guys. If you have such details in your pie charts, even in your bar graphs or line graphs, please understand you can combine it. Okay? So the remaining 25% of people, either is a word which is telling you that you're actually talking about two set of people. So the remaining 25 either find it cheap, no cost, okay, or believe it is faster than traveling by car, faster than driving. Getting my point? So be smart and use this strategy. Got it? Especially the remaining 25% one. Opine is a great one, guys. Jointly the highest percentage. These are certain peculiar things I want you to notice. Okay? Now let's talk about the other one, the other pie chart. So, comparatively. Getting my point? Comparatively, the highest percentage, 40% of people. What is the highest percentage? 40%, right? Of people who prefer to travel by car consider it, that means they consider driving to work, a more comfortable mode of commuting to work. Not just going to work, traveling to work, commuting. Why commuting? Because you are only going to one place and then coming back to your home or to wherever you live. Got it? So, commute is a great vocabulary. Comparatively, the highest percentage of people who prefer to travel by car consider it a more comfortable mode of commuting to work. Then, the people who find driving as faster than cycling. So we are talking about the 14%, the grey shade. Yes. Comma. And those who opt for the car to easily carry things to work. Again, we are talking about this yellow portion, need to carry things. Aren't these equal? They are. That is why we have tried joining these two. Okay? So the people who find driving as faster than cycling and those who opt for the car to easily carry things to work amount to 14% each. Got it? After that, distance to work is the main logic for 21% of car preferring people. 21% distance to work. Yes, that's the main logic behind 21% of people who prefer using car to work. Okay? So car preferring people, nicely hyphenated. Then, the lowest proportion, that is 11%, guys, safer than cycling. So the lowest proportion, that is 11% of such people, C, okay, find, C, anything like that you can use. See driving as safer than cycling. Getting my point? This is how we will combine the details and we'll try to come up with our body paragraphs, guys. Okay? Now, if you closely look at the body paragraphs, you will find that we have used simple present tense everywhere. Helps keep the body fit. These two account for. Then coming down to is the main logic. Who find driving, see driving, find it cheaper. Getting my point? Everywhere we have used simple present tense. Why? Because if you look at the question and the charts, you will see that there is no year that is mentioned. So, by the logic, if there is no year that is mentioned for the bar chart, the pie graph, the pie chart, anything, please understand no year is equal to simple present tense. I have told you about this when I was doing, I think, the bar chart thing. Okay? So keep that in mind. Along with that, of course, the subject-verb agreement, we see that in introduction. Okay? Now let's move ahead, guys. So as I mentioned, correct tense is very important. Helps keep the body fit. Consider it a more comfortable mode. Right? All of these things. Then subject-verb agreement, yes. And you have to keep checking your academic vocabulary sheets and linking word sheet. Okay? Finally, we will merge everything and let's have the complete answer. This answer would be there in the sheet form on your Telegram group. Got it? So let's begin. The first pie chart, remember the subject-verb agreement, the first pie chart illustrates the intentions of some people preferring cycling to work, whereas the other one gives reasons for those who choose to go to work by car. Overall, the majority of the people who cycle to work have health and environmental motives. Okay? Then, by contrast, most of those who travel by car want to have a more comfortable journey over longer distances. Now, coming down to the body paragraphs. Let's take the cycling one first. 30% of those who prefer cycling to reach their workplaces believe that it helps keep the body fit and healthy. 30% of those believe health and fitness, yes. And the same proportion of people opine, good vocabulary, that it causes less pollution, environmental factors. Jointly, these two account for the highest percentage of those who cycle to work. Yes, it becomes 60%. The other 15% do not wish to face the parking issues and thus cycle to work. Correct, the green one. No parking problems. The remaining 25% of people, 25, that means 13 plus 12, find it cheap. Either they find it cheap or believe it is faster than traveling by car. Correct, no cost and faster than driving. Okay? Let's come down to the second one. Comparatively, the highest percentage, that is the 40% of people who prefer to travel by car, consider it a more comfortable mode of commuting to work. Good vocabulary. The people who find driving as faster than cycling, that means the 14% grey shade, and those who opt for the car to easily carry the things to work, again 14%, amount to 14% each. Okay? Then, distance to work is the main logic for 21% of car preferring people. Car preferring, well hyphenated. 21%, yes, 21% people believe that this is the main logic why I want to go to work by car. Okay? The lowest proportion, that is your 11%, guys, of such people mean the people who actually wish to go to work by car. Of such people, see driving as safer than cycling, the blue one, the dark blue one. See driving, you can also use find driving as safer than cycling. Getting my point? This is how you merge everything and have your answer. Right? With this, guys, I just want to say keep learning, keep practicing, and keep sharing the knowledge. Also, don't forget to share the Telegram group, because this is the place wherein I get in touch with you, through which I share the documents, the videos, other sheets, whatever is required. Okay, and if you have any kind of issues with the video, if you are not understanding any point, you can message me on Instagram, Facebook, you can even mail me, you can chat with me or interact with me through the Telegram. Anything is possible, but just keep practicing. With this, I'll take your leave. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great night, guys. Ta-da!